Hello and welcome to the first Monday video of our new school year. In these videos that I post each Monday, we're going to go over the assignments for the week and I'll explain a little bit about them. So if you have any questions, just come back to this at any point and hopefully many of your questions will get answered. So first off, it was posted last week and I asked you in Google Classroom using the question feature to tell me the title and author of a free reading book. So if you haven't had one yet, get those questions answered and turned into Google Classroom no later than this Friday. Next, we have our online learning guidelines assignment. That was posted today, the 17th, and it is due Wednesday before our first Zoom meeting at 10 a.m. So in this assignment, there are 3 different videos. The first video is me explaining our guidelines that we have that we're going to be using during our Zoom meetings. I talked through each one of those and wanted to let you know what those look like while we're on our meetings. The second video is actually an Edpuzzle assignment. It's from Tarver Academy, and the gentleman there has 6 or 7 tips and tricks. He's a very entertaining guy, but there are questions, so that one's worth 20 points. The first one is worth 10 points. And then there's a Ron Clark Academy video that is on there just for fun, has some great ideas and some things not to do. So after that, we have a welcome to 6th grade slideshow. When you watch this, be sure to watch it in the present mode. That way all the links will work. So you get to know a little bit more about me, and then you'll be responding in Google Classroom. There's 2 truths and a fib, and I want you to guess which one of those 3 items is not true about me. Then we have an assignment called A Few of My Favorite Things. At the beginning of each school year, I like to get to know you, the students, a little bit better. One of the ways we do this is through the questions on the A Few of My Favorite Things assignment. Usually, we would do this in class, and I'd ask you to do a hand-drawn illustration. In this case, because it's on Google Slides, if you want to fill it out on Google Slides and copy and paste images, that's great. If you'd like to use another piece of paper and create the illustration yourself and color it in, when we come back to class, I'll hang all of them up on our walls so we can learn even more about one another. Last assignment that I'm going to be talking about right now is the letter to my 5th grade self. 2020 has been a year unlike any in generations. And I want you to write a letter to yourself as a 5th grader who is just coming back from winter break. So that'd be January of 2020. And if you were to write a letter, what would you say to yourself? What would you try and warn yourself about during the pandemic, during lockdown? There's some questions on that assignment that I'd like you to answer. At least a 5-sentence paragraph, 5 sentences, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like nice complete sentences. If you want to write more, that's great. I have a letter template in Google Classroom, but if you prefer to use pen and paper, you can also write it down and turn it in that way. That is going to be due by Friday. Everything else due by Friday except our online learning guidelines, which is due before our first meeting on Wednesday. So we have Zoom meetings finally at 10 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday and 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday. Looking forward to seeing you then.